Hello, this is Pigsy Lamb, just doing a quick video. I've got an Oculus experiment I'm doing with, basically it's like a chicken-human hybrid. Yeah, something I come across. So what I've got is this concoction I created of sperm, ORMUS, monatomic gold, copper acetate, colloidal silver. So I put this mixture, and I basically, with a knife, I made a little incision, careful incision, and just sort of like basically twist the knife slightly. So once you tap it and you've got a little mark on it, you just twist the knife to make it a hole. Make sure the hole's big enough for some of the egg white to come back out, because what will happen is if you try to force it in there, the syringe, basically it will come apart. So what you find yourself doing is basically position it on something, hold the needle, and then push the syringe with the other hand, and then basically you'll feel the pressure anyway, because it won't go anywhere, and then eventually some of this egg white will come out. But what you need to do is have a hole big enough to do that. So we've got some sort of weird, we've got a weird concoction. Just going to put it in a warm place, basically out of the light. It probably wouldn't be bad to put it in the car. It's quite warm in the car. I might just put it in a glove box and leave it in there for a while. But basically, you want to put it somewhere dark, somewhere warm, and leave it a good 30 days, and then see if anything's developed. See, well, there's claims on the internet, things have been opened up with this, but it's like some creature has started to form and stuff like that. And it looks very much like this chupacabra I've seen that. I've seen as a picture of this thing with a beak, basically. So it'd be interesting to see if anything comes of it as a part of research. The other thing I would say though, if you want healthy sperm, use your juicer. Juice up loads of things. If you have loads of stuff that's got it's got sweeteners in it and stuff like that and rubbish like that, it basically will affect your testosterone levels, and also you won't really be producing much sperm. Well, this is just a personal observation. I don't want to share this with everyone, but yeah, I mean, if you're going to plan a family, basically eat the healthiest you can for that month or 2 months, period, and then basically you'll be in a better situation than if you're drinking loads of Coke, eating loads of processed food on the fly as you're whizzing around with work and so on. But anyway, yeah, so this would be an interesting experiment. I'll give you an update 30 day plus. I'm not going to rush to crack it open. I mean, hopefully something actually forms in it. I do have an idea for an experiment for an artificial womb, because there's only the top part of it where it's narrows on an egg is where it's got this like air filter for it. It's got your basic placenta type stuff linked up to it, so you don't really want to interfere and damage that. So I went through it by the side rather than the top part of it. Yeah, I mean, if that part's intact and you had it in a glass container and it was covered. The other thing is, what about the holes, is I put some copper acetate over the top of it, so basically it will sterilise it against the bacteria forming, because it doesn't like copper, full stop. But for the artificial womb, would be quite interesting, because I could actually add to it as if anything does develop in it. I can also observe any development, so it's a bit like having your own Pokemon. While people are going out trying to catch them, I'm actually trying to create one, or something like that. So yeah, or your Tamagotchi, but it's not digital. So anyway, this is Pigsy signing off, and thanks for listening to me.